Hi everyone! It's been about a month since I last posted, and at first I was gonna give an update on Instagram, but I thought that would be a bit rude. So here I am giving a full face-to-face update about why I've been gone for so long. I've been on and off with the idea of quitting this channel, even though so many people have been telling me not to, just because of all of the work that I've already put into it. I put in so much work into creating pieces and projects that would challenge my creativity as well as inspire you, but after a while it started to take control of me for a bit. I would wake up and automatically just start working on the next project and not even take care of myself because it kind of felt like I couldn't. Like if I took a little break, the algorithm would completely forget about me, you would forget about me, and all of the work that I've put into this, all of my art would not be worth anything. So I just have to keep working and working and working. And it got even worse when I started adding sponsorships into the mix, because then there was actual deadlines and contracts involved, and I would have to rush the projects even more, but still make it so it's inspiring and creative for you and still challenged me at the end of the day. But rushing crochet and knitting is just, it's not it. Like, those are slow hobbies. It's like rushing one person to make a 10-foot sculpture in 1 week. It's just not doable. But it's safe to say that I burnt out pretty badly and decided to take a little break. Like, I had to force myself to just step away. And so I decided to get a job in the community. While I was working on my projects and videos, I literally never interacted with people. Besides my family, some trips with my friends, I would just be a hermit. And because of that, I never really got to know anybody in my city. I don't have any friends in Atlanta. I wasn't really knowledgeable about this place, even though I've been here for almost 5 years. And it was difficult for me to even have a simple conversation with someone. And so I was always wishing that I lived somewhere else. It would be nicer, but that wouldn't change the situation whatsoever. But now that I have an in-person job, I'm interacting with people all the time. I'm actually having conversations and getting to know the people that I live around. And it's been really cool to also take the time out to explore the city around me. Like, I've been going to concerts by myself, which was really daunting, but I went to see Joe, and I went alone. I was so scared, but I ended up meeting 7 awesome people and talking to them while I was waiting in line I got in line at like 2 p.m. and the concert ended around 11, and I was just hanging out with them the whole time, and it was really cool. And that wouldn't have happened if I didn't go to the concert because I was too scared, or went with another person, because if I was with someone, they'd be my comfort anchor in a way, and I just wouldn't interact with anyone else. So I'm learning to do things more alone and to explore my city, and I'm starting to really love Atlanta. I'm starting to see the beauty in where I live, and I'm getting back to my own creativity, which was burnt out due to me commodifying an art form that I once did for comfort and fun. But since it was starting to become something that made me stressed out just by thinking of it or seeing something that was crocheted, I'd just be like, I felt like I was kind of going through a breakup in a way. So I decided to end all of my sponsors and get a job, and it made me feel a lot better. I was thinking of continuing to post on here of just other creative stuff, but at the end of the day, I know so many people say they would love to see other stuff, but I think this is just a knitting and crochet channel. Like, there's so many tutorials on here, there's so many projects that it would feel weird for me to just start posting other stuff. Like, I posted a little vlog video, and that felt weird to me. Like, this is just not the channel for that, in my opinion. But I hope that the videos on here are helpful for people who haven't even heard of knitting before and look it up on YouTube. Hopefully one of my videos can be helpful, even though there's some projects that I failed at, or patterns or tutorials that I thought were really good, but the pattern is actually bad and everyone had an issue with it. Just know that I tried. Like, I'm even all of these projects that I made, I'm still not an expert at this at all, And I feel like this channel was mainly just about the journey of getting better at one's craft. And I think that it's just pretty sad that I lost sight of that. But I'm still knitting. I went on Pinterest a couple weeks ago, and I saw this crocheted scarf, And I got kind of excited and inspired. I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like me. And then I'm still working on that star moon sweater still. And I was watching a movie and knitting, and my fiance came into the room and he was like, are you crocheting? And I was like, I'm knitting, but yeah. And he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I know. And it felt like I was me again, you know? I think the main takeaway for me is that when I say I'm doing something for fun and I start doing it for fun, I want it to stay that way. And doing this on its own and relying on it to also pay the bills was probably another factor that made it go downhill for me, because it became work. It became work, and then sponsorships added the contracts and deadlines, and I couldn't even really enjoy the art that I was making anymore. I was just like, okay, I'm making a sweater, perfect. I made a bag, perfect. What's next? Instead of, oh my gosh, look at my sweater. It's so cute. I'm going to wear this every day. I'm going to show this to everybody. I feel like if I had another job while I was doing this, I would have been able to separate work from art and then be able to truly enjoy the art that I was supposed to. And maybe I wouldn't have burnt out and been able to do more creative things and made this last a lot longer. But at the end of the day, life is just a learning process, and this was my lesson, you know? And not only that, but me forcing myself to wake up, knit, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, brush my teeth, eat breakfast, and knit again until it's time to go to bed. I feel like my body was starting to reject the hobby as well. Like every time I picked up a crochet hook, my neck would spaz out. Or like if I'm working on a knit sweater for an hour, my wrist would give out, you know? And I feel like there was just so many factors that led to me being like, okay, I think it's just, I need to stop. But I did want to just give a little update and say that I'm doing a lot better now. I'm taking care of myself very well. I am being more creative, which is really exciting. I'm starting a couple of new hobbies, and I'm going out more. I haven't really made any friends yet. Like, I've interacted with people. I'm exploring my city more, and I'm doing more things, which is nice. And interacting with the world, I feel like really helps elevate your creativity, because you're seeing so many new things that are potential ideas. And I feel like the more I'm doing that, the more it's bringing me back to myself. And I was going through a bunch of my old stuff from like 2021, 2022, and I felt like I was like peak creative. And I was like, man, I need to get back to this. So I'm trying to take some steps to get back to that creative mode, because I do miss it. Like I realize that if I don't create, I just don't exist. Like I exist to create, if that makes sense. I am knitting. I'm knitting that sweater, and knitting it so slow is a bit difficult for me, because old Mija would have finished this sweater like in 2 weeks, but it's been 2 months since I started it. And I'm only just now finishing the first panel, so it's going to be a little bit, but this is how it's supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be a slow craft. And then when the sweater's done, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be ready for winter, and I'm going to wear it all the time. And yeah. And the old Mija, who would have finished it 2 weeks ago, probably would have had wrist pain and back pain and wouldn't have worn the sweater. So who wins at the end of the day? The turtle does. That was kind of corny, but let's move on. I'm not sure if I'll post anymore on this channel. I finally started my second channel. I've been saying I was going to start it. I think I started saying that like last year. And I was true about it, but because I was doing so many projects on this channel, I never found the time to work on the other channel, and I was getting overwhelmed and stuff. So I was just like, let me just push that back. But I finally started. I've posted 2 videos so far, so I can actually say I started it. I actually started it. I usually say that I'm going to start this or I'm going to do this, and I never do it, but I did it this time. I told myself that whatever creative endeavors I want to do, I won't limit myself or force myself to make things that suit the algorithm. I'm making it for me and for you. I'm putting out my creativity. Whatever thoughts I have, whatever type of video I want to make that day is what I'm going to do. That is literally my corner of the internet. Eco Shoons Corner. And that's that. So I will be posting more over there. I won't completely end this channel just in case I think of any cool ideas that I want to make and post about, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So if you do want to unsubscribe, that's your choice, you know. But I want to post more on Instagram and TikTok, so especially if I make something, hopefully I don't limit myself into only posting about knitting and crochet, like just whatever creative stuff that I want to post, you know. I'm slowly getting there and taking myself out of that box, and I am really excited that I can finally find the exit. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a quick update because I felt it was just, I don't like just disappearing. And you all have supported me for years and have given me so many beautiful, kind words and inspiring words. Like, the best part of all of this is just seeing your reactions to the things I make, seeing your criticisms, seeing your joy after seeing projects, and just being able to interact with all of you. And I feel sad that my anxiety kind of inhibited me from interacting with you a lot more, because if I wasn't like so anxious, I would have done so many more lives and more community stuff. And I do regret that, but you know, it's not the end. I can still do that. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around and enjoying my projects and just believing in me when there were times where I doubted my skills and all of that stuff. And I hope that these videos were inspiring for you. And I hope they helped you realize that art is fun, being creative is fun, and to never give up on your craft. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will be on the other channel, so I'm not going to be on YouTube. It just won't be over here. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.